Hi guys, welcome to Learning Electronics Repair. I have a laptop here from one of the local bars. I don't actually know what's wrong with it because my wife picked it up and she doesn't seem to know what's wrong with it either. Yeah, it has some looks like splashed liquids of some sort on the screen. And maybe a little bit on the keyboard as well, at least the surround is a bit hard to see in case I tilted. It seems to be mostly on the screen. What's it do? Oh, it switches on, so the battery's got some power. And we get a picture to some point at least, and it's loading. Oh, okay, so I need the password, so while I'm getting the password, I'll ask the guy what's wrong with this. I had a quick word with the customer. Actually rung me, just it turns out. So he says the problem with this is actually he's got a problem with the audio, so I think he must connect this into his sound system in the bar for music or karaoke from the headphone socket, and he says it's cutting out or something like that. So let's plug a lead into here into the speakers and let's see what happens. Okay, so I've attached my PC speakers into the headphone socket. Let's see. Oh yeah, so there's the problem. Seems like a dodgy connection to me on the socket. Yeah, I think that might just be a simple soldering job. Let's have a look. I did what I usually did with laptops and had a look on YouTube for some teardown video, because some can be a bit more fiddly than others, and there isn't one, not for this. Medion 15415, so that either means it's so easy that you don't need one, or nobody knows. Okay, so I've taken all the screws out the back. There were screws around the edges and one in the middle, so I can figure out how this thing comes apart. So yeah, I mean the keyboard's kind of part of this. Obviously either the top or the bottom comes off. Looks like, yeah, this is a little bit recessed in here, so I'm guessing spudger in there, one end or the other, and hopefully this will come apart. Let's have a look. I just want to go in there. Try a different one, yeah. Ah, that comes, okay, so well, it seemed easy, but then it's very stiff around there, so let's try go the other way. Yeah, maybe, yeah. So I'm actually just pushing this in the downwards direction. I'll try the other way as well. Yeah. This is one of the easier ones. Okay. Yeah. So audio connector is here. Let's see if we can figure out if it's just loose. Oh yeah, you can see it's broken away. It looks like we're going to be able to fix this one without even having to remove the motherboard. That'd be nice. So from what I can see, and I'm sure you guys can see as well, this one and this one seem to be attached firmly, and so with these two, and it's these two that are broken. Okay, see if we can fix it. Plenty of heat in there. This is why you should be using one of these big chunky tips, guys. You don't want a fine point, it's not going to get the heating properly for you. So that's soldered nicely. I may as well just go around the others. I mean, these all looked okay, but I don't think we'll do any harm. Also, I think the lead-free solder tends to be a bit more brittle than the leaded solder. This is what I'm using, so this should help. Okay. There's no extra flux on here, but it seems to be fine. That looks all right. You can see the switch contact in there moving, but I don't think that's effectively part of the problem. That looks to me like it just breaks the contact when you insert this. Yeah, you see? Or no, it makes the contact by the looks of it. So that is effectively, I think, a switch, this one. Okay. No, I think it's actually breaking the contact between this one and this one. Move that out of the way. Yeah, look. Base seat, contact made, contact broken. So I'll just clean all the flux up. We don't want sticky flux getting into there, that's for sure. Okay. There. Actually leaving the plug in here won't do any harm. If anything, it stops the stuff actually going into where the contacts are. Okay, let's just dry that off. I'll also tip it upside down, you won't see it easily, but just gives more chance for liquid to run out of it, yeah. Yeah, see a little bit more came out. Well, we've got some sound when it booted up, good sign. Well, it clicks if I move it. That's probably triggering that little switch contact. But it doesn't cut out. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's just moving that switch contact. You know, guys, I think that's a design error. I actually think this would work all day if they just plug it in and they're using it. Other than that, I'm going to have to replace that socket. It seems to be, to me, when I'm moving this quite hard one way or the other, it's kind of moving that switch contact that makes and breaks. We can just try it again, one moment. So it's definitely working a lot better than it was. Also, if I do replace the socket, I'll have to order one. I'll speak to the owner, let him try it first. Let's see what he says, if that's working fine now, because it was extremely dodgy before. Fair enough. If he wants more than that doing, well, I'll have to get a socket. You'll have to wait a little bit. Okay, so I've actually got another one of these very similar faults, actually, for another bar. So while I'm at it, let's have a look at that one. Well, actually, the guy in the carrier bag with his laptop had put this in. So this is off a Shure radio mic. Yeah, you can see what's wrong with this straight away. So this is just a 12-volt power supply. You could replace this with anything really, to be quite honest. 12-volt DC, as long as you have the polarity right and the right connector. But as soon as he gave it me to fix, let's have a look. And I think it's interesting to do this anyway, because there may be occasions when you have something like this that possibly due to having some odd voltage or some strange form factor, or maybe you're just working on some vintage stuff and would like to keep it as original as possible, you might want to repair something like this. So Let's have a look. You can see somebody's kind of been at this already. Split it down there. I suspect this actually probably works. I mean, we can port these and let's just measure. So we'll check if we actually have any voltage coming out of this. I think it probably is working, but we will see. Let's have a look. So power on. Is there any voltage coming out of it? There is. So the power supply works. So should be easy enough to fix this. Let's have a look. I think the first thing, let's see if we can actually get inside it. That's going to be the easiest way to fix it if it's not difficult to open. I think this one probably won't be too difficult. So I'll use my usual technique, which is to get a screwdriver and a hammer or something similar, get into one corner and hit it. Okay guys, so the technique I use with these is to go to one corner. And I was going to say hit it with a hammer, but I think it's loose. Yeah, look, it's just split, yeah. Sometimes a little bit harder than that, but yeah, that one just came off actually. That was quite easy, so we can see if we just solder the wires down there, we'll cut them a bit shorter, we can fix this. Now, this little flexible thing, I'm not sure I have any of these, but I do have some grommets, so I'll probably put a grommet in there and a bit of hot snot or something behind it. That should hold it quite well. I'll bet you can buy these things. I've never looked to buy them. I mean, these are sort of like molded on. So, yeah, you can't slide them up and down. So you can't slide that off and use it. But I'm pretty sure we can do something that will work very well. So let's have a go. First thing I'll do is just cut these wires off. I can soon figure out which the polarity is. That's not a problem. Can we get this out of the base? Yeah, that just comes out. Okay, yeah. It's not marked the plus and minus, that doesn't surprise me. But we can see there's a capacitor here, and there's an inductor rod, like a double inductor there. So this wire here, this is the one with the stripe on. Yeah. Goes to here, which will be through the inductor to here. This will be the positive. This is a 0 ohm resistor there, just a link. Before I start poking around and get my fingers anywhere near the high voltage end, I'm just going to check the large smoothing capacitor. There seems to be 2 of them on this, so let's make sure there's no residual voltage in this. One of them is here, 10 volts, and the other one is there. Nothing. Is that it? No, that isn't it. It's here. 10 volts. So there's no high voltage in this. That's okay. Right. So resistance range from here to here. This is the inductor, yeah. To the connector there. Just get a connection on it. Then that will go to one of these wires, which I think is the one with the stripe on. Which is that one. I'll just make sure it's not shorting to the other one. No, they're not shorting. So the one with the stripe is a positive. Okay, let's unsolder this. Easy enough to do. Nice chunky tip always helps with this. Just heat the thing up. Off it comes. Same with the other one. Okay. That one's actually, the hole is cleared already. This one, well, we'll use a bit of flux and a bit of braid. Okay. The flux always helps the braids. I mean, it'll probably work without, but in fact, let's see. Let's see if it does just work without. Yeah, it just worked without. Okay. That's because there will be some flux in the solder already. So we need to chop this wire. Okay. The easy way, backwards direction. Something to do with the lobster pot. Subscriber told me that. Okay. And I need to just figure out now how to get this set into here. So I'm going to try to put a grommet. I'll have a look to see what I have. I'm sure I have a bag of grommets somewhere, but of course I can't find it, which actually I shouldn't say of course, because I'm normally pretty well organised with keeping stuff and I can't lay my hands on them. I have some of these. They were not originally grommets, they were some sort of feet, but I'm pretty sure I can glue that in there and then just drill a hole through the middle with a Dremel. Let's try it. Okay, so that's soldered. As you can see, I've just soldered it to the board. This is the, I think it's some sort of plastic foot really, but I've drilled a hole through it. The wire fits in really stiffly in here. I've put quite a bit of pressure to move it, which is just what we want really. So I'm confident enough I've put the wires on the right way round, but you know, always triple check, that's what I think. So we'll just switch on, and it does switch on. Let's see if it's running. Yeah, it's running, it's 12 volts positive in the middle, so that's good. So I just need to get this into here. Probably a little bit of adhesive will help just to hold it in place. Yeah, so that fits in quite nicely. I will attach that with a little bit of glue and then we'll put the top on. Well, actually, I've just tried the top, and if you look, this is like quite a narrow gap there. This one is deeper. So this fits into there quite nicely. When we put the top on and clip it together, so I'll need to glue this casing together, that grips. I mean, I can't pull that out because it's compressing it. So that's going to work perfectly actually. So I'll stick the top back down and then let the glue set, and this will be repaired. I've mixed up some of this stuff. We call it avaldite in the UK. It seems to be basically the same thing here. And this should just fix this on quite nicely. What I'll do is then I'll actually put a bit of insulation tape or something else around it just to hold it together while the glue sets. This stuff's actually quite fast acting. 10 minutes is usually quite hard, but if you leave it overnight, it'll set completely. We can get a little bit in where this goes. Okay, stick that in. Fine. It'll hold in once I put the top on. Okay. Here it go, click. That's solid. Okay, so sellotape. Just to hold it together while it sets. And that'll be as good as new, guys. And here I have another laptop from Owl's Bar, another local bar. Plays live music, does karaoke, and bingo and stuff like that. So I think this has a similar problem to the other one, as I recall. Let's have a look. So we'll switch it on. I don't have the original charger, but I have a compatible one, so that should be fine. It's powering up. Stopped. Well, it's either hung up or it's thinking about something, yeah. Oh no, it's going again, so it was just thinking about something. Well, it's thinking to go blank by the looks of it. Still on. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, there's no password. He did say there wasn't a password, so. Right, we have virtual DJ automatically. Let's connect the speakers to this one and see what it does. Okay. Yeah. Just try something. Oh, so it's played on the internal speaker. But not switching to the external speaker. Yeah. It did cut out once, so it sort of knew that was in there. I wonder if this is a hardware or a software problem. I mean, you would think it might ask you if you want to use the external audio, yeah. Okay, well, I've got the headphones, or rather my speakers, plugged in, and it's sort of bringing this up. I set the output to Realtek, so let's see outside of the virtual DJ if I can actually get any sound coming through the speakers. If I can't, then it's a setting in virtual DJ. Basically, that's my feelings about it. So speakers, left, right volume, speaker is on. That play button doesn't seem to do anything. Let's just try play something through like Windows Media Player. Does say Realtek HD Audio Manager not responding. Oh, just come back again. That's gone away. Okay. I'm thinking this might have some software issues, guys. Sound is still coming out of the laptop itself, the Windows notifications. Let's see. Well, I've got an external mouse connected to it now, a USB mouse and keyboard. Put that in there. Should be easier for you guys to see what's happening. So, yeah, doesn't seem to be reacting that. In fact, something seems to be slowing this whole machine down. Maybe it's just how it is. Let's see. Do something. Well, settings just seems to have hung up, guys. I mean, I can click on other stuff. No, I can't actually. It's like the whole machine is sort of hung up. Just unplug the jack on the audio. I don't think that's going to make a difference, but let's see. Seems to be doing something now. Yeah. So when the jack's plugged into the audio connector, seems to hang the machine up. Pretty much. Well, that's interesting. I think what I'll do is I'll shut it down if I can, and then start again, restart it. It's brought some other request up here or something's going on. You can see things are happening now. Yeah, restore pages, no. So let's shut it down and let's try again and see if I'm correct in what I'm saying, which is when you plug in the audio jack, the whole machine's kind of grinds to a halt. No. I mean, this is doing this. This is real time, guys. It's like, what was it doing? I'm not clicking on anything. Honestly, let me see if I can shut it down. Power. Yeah, end that, whatever. Maybe if I can get as far as to actually click on it to shut it down. Start. Shut down. Right, shut down. Right, I think it's switched off. Yeah, no, the power light's still on. See if it does switch off. Well, no, it doesn't want to switch off. It's not accessing the hard drive. I can't hear anything. Unless it's an SSD, of course. Ah, it did. It's shut off. Took a long time though, guys. Right, let's start it again. Let's see how long it takes. Okay, not so long this time. It's gradually charging. I mean, this has been sitting on one side for some time, so that's why it was completely flat. Okay. Let's see if Virtual DJ automatically runs again. No, it doesn't. Okay. So I'm going to attach my external drive. Yeah, I have a USB spare. Okay. And we'll play a bit of music, same as we did with the other one. Now, I don't have the speakers plugged in at the moment, so I'm thinking it'll come through the built-in ones. Let's see. Well, I'd rather hoped it might detect the drive. lights on the drive. Yeah, lights flashing on the drive. Is it going to find it? Yeah, the lights flashing on the drive, but nothing much happening. Machine isn't asleep or anything. I can click on things. Well, in fact, no, because nothing happened when I clicked on that. So there you go. Nothing happened. So it's kind of like, oh, look, you see. Let me see if I can find some music actually on the machine. But I'm coming to the opinion that maybe I'll speak to him if he has the software for this. It's just to reinstall Windows on it. Okay, look, you see it's kind of like starting to do things. Bit of noise. Yeah, that's the link I clicked on up here, this Allen CD thing. Just looking for some external drive. This is all probably from when I clicked on that like about 5 minutes ago. This PC, what do we get? Oh, we get some sound out of the laptop. Just seems to come from one side of it. I don't know if this has stereo speakers in. I would kind of assume it did, but who knows? Okay, this PC. This is the cable to my drive. No, it's not seeing my external drive for some reason. The light stopped flashing on it. Take that off. Right. Oh, there's some audio files on here. Losing my religion. At the moment, I'm kind of losing the will to live. Oh, I've found an audio file. Right. What happens if we click on it? Yeah, didn't really ask for that. So I think I was wrong in saying it kind of all hung up when I attached the speakers. It all hangs up anyway. There's obviously, I mean, we can go to the task manager and then maybe just be able to see how much the CPU is being used. Will that bring up the task manager for me? No. Task manager. What is this? Oh, this is the media player that started from like several minutes ago. Here's the task manager. I don't see any like list for processes as I was hoping to see. Task manager's not responding now. This is what I was looking for, performance. What we got? Well, it looks like the hard drive is running a fair bit. Let's see, hard drive. Yeah, we can see the hard drive is maxing out quite a lot. I wonder if this thing actually has a problem with the hard drive. The CPU doesn't seem so bad. Okay, let's try and play that audio file. Let's see what happens. Oh, I didn't have to, it's played anyway. Through the built-in speaker. Let me plug this in. Makes no difference. Stop. Eventually. So it has 4 gig of RAM on this. It has, yeah, CPU was not running high. Like just that almost seems to be like throttled somehow at 28%. Like it doesn't change. Interesting. Play again. I have told it to play it again. Here we go. Yeah, look. There's half a gig. Oh. Something ain't right with this, guys, is he? That's for sure. I'm just going to install Specky on this. It's free. It might give me some idea. I might be able to see if the CPU is running at high temperature, but this doesn't feel like it's overheating. You know, there's no hot spots or anywhere I can feel, at least. Well, whatever we have to wait a while for it. There we go. We're getting a bit. So that's the spec of the machine. Yeah, you can see my USB device in there. It is Realtek audio, which is what I was trying to use. Intel Celeron 1.86 gig, 4 gig of RAM. And a hard drive. CPU is at 43 degrees, so the CPU is not overheating. So why is the CPU only running at like 28%? Yeah, Celeron CPU stuck at 28. Well, yeah, it looks sort of like that. Oh, obviously something happened then. Yeah, something like that as well. So, what's the answer? Windows update could have caused the problem. Power down the system, pull the CMOS battery. Oh, okay. Okay, we can try this. Somebody saying CPU fan. Okay, yeah, can get that. I can't say I can hear the fan actually. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so I've just taken the cover off. This has a physical hard drive. I thought it did have. I've just taken the CMOS battery out and the main battery out. So hopefully that will allow us to reset the CMOS basically, or the EC. I've just taken the screws out for the keyboard. So with a bit of luck, I can actually lift this off. So there were 3 screws here that were marked keyboard, 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 which makes me think that the keyboard should come out, but yeah, oh yeah, it is a separate keyboard. There's a gap. Let me just find the spudger. Okay, so with a bit of luck, yeah, looks like I might have it. This is usually the way to do it. Little clip in there usually. This is got me. Yep. Yep. Okay. So keyboard out. Can I see the fan? Let's take this off. Does it push out one or flick up one? To flick up on, okay. Well, this doesn't seem to have a fan. I mean, I'm assuming the fan would go there. Okay. As I mentioned, I didn't feel any vents. There aren't any vents anywhere. So I think this actually doesn't have a fan. So we can eliminate that possibility, I think. Unless somebody's stolen the fan, which I don't think will be the case. Unless there's a fan down under here, but again, no, this is where all the connectors are, so there's not going to be a fan behind there. There's no vents again. Unless that is a vent. No, it was like a card reader. Okay. Yeah, that's a card reader. Okay. So I think we're down to the reset the CMOS, which we should have done by disconnecting the batteries. So main battery disconnected, CMOS battery disconnected, hold the power button in for about 30 seconds. We'll put the batteries back in and then let's see what it does. I'll test the battery while I'm at it. Battery's gone, it's below 3. Okay, battery. Main battery. Right. Just click this back down again. Let's see what it does now. Well, I can't really say if it feels faster or not. Let's try and get into the device manager again. Under performance. Okay. Task manager. Sorry, not device manager. Task manager. Doesn't feel particularly faster. No, 28%, exactly the same. I've decided to let the laptop battery charge up, so it's fully charged now. But I still seem to have pretty much the same problem. I thought I'd have a look in the power settings because You know, maybe somewhere in here it's set in some mode that makes it run at a low speed, saving power. I don't see anything in the main settings, all set to never. Okay. Let's have a look at the additional power settings. You can see it's extremely unresponsive still.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
We've just got drinks or food.
Drinks.
Okay. Oh, maybe she's going to bring that. Seems a bit quick, but.
You know what she's like.
Yeah. No, I seem unable to get into additional power settings. Let's try again. I've noticed that little click again. I hope you heard it this time. So after it's been on for some time, yeah, it's that sort of click noise. Oh, look, you see, like eventually. So it's set to balanced, which is recommended. So that seems, you know, normal to me. I don't see why that would be a problem. It's not set to something like, you know, pregnant slug speed or anything like that. So, is this a software or a hardware problem? That's a good question. Yeah, still running at 28%. I think I'll put my test hard drive on. I have a little SSD. This thing has Windows 10 on. I use this for my test PC when I'm testing motherboards and graphics cards. So I'll just stick this on there and then let's see if I still have the same problem with the CPU. If the CPU is running properly, then maybe this is a software problem. In fact, I'd say it is a software problem. Obviously, it will run quicker with this anyway, but I'm just interested to see what happens to the CPU usage. Okay, so this is my little SSD, 60 gig SSD, but it's great for testing stuff like this, so let's see what it does. I expect it to take a while to load because it'll have to set up the various drivers. Yeah, that's what I thought, getting devices ready. Okay, so let's see. Obviously it's going to be more responsive because the SSD. I'll just load the task manager, just go to the performance, and what's what we got now. Very more details. Performance. Yeah, and the CPU is now running at 100%, so obviously it's a software problem, but I couldn't see anything. Well, you've seen it yourself in the settings. Yeah, it's stuck at that continuous 28. Look, this is actually behaving as you would expect it to do. So I'm going to suggest to this customer that he either lets me format the hard drive and just set the software back up, but that'll depend on whether he has the apps that are on there or not, his programs. I have no idea. I don't know what data he might want off there. The other option would be to fit an SSD on here, which will make the thing run a lot better. And to be quite honest, while I'm at it, see if I can put another 4 gig of RAM in because of space for that. So yeah, software problems, speak to the customer next. Interested though to hear what you guys think. Why was it stuck at 29% continuously? Do you know? Let us know if you do. Okay, hope you enjoyed that one. I'll see you all soon on another Learning Electronics Repair video. Ciao for now, guys.